Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation of the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase here on the Crucial Baskets Network. I'm Raymond Sims, and I really hope that you have been staying safe over the past several months. Glad to be back here to bring you some NBA basketball. Today's matchup coming to you from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, as the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets face off in an intra-city matchup. We have Taj Gibson and Jared Allen facing off at the center circle. The tip is won by Brooklyn, and we are underway. Glad that you could join us here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Nets with the first offensive possession, and Joe Harris able to knock down the long two to get the festivities going. Now the New York Knicks looking to strike first here. Barrett makes his way to the block, but he's rejected by Allen. Rebound recovered by Prince, and here come the Nets again in transition. Dinwiddie works his way to the basket and collected by Allen. Nice offensive rebound. Allen, for much of the season, has been the Nets' man in the middle. Catch and shoot three for Kyrie Irving was as good as it left his hand. 5-0 start here for the Brooklyn Nets. Nets wearing their blue statement uniforms. As Payton misses the shot, his defender Irving able to collect the rebound. Possession here to the Nets, and Harkless on a reach-in foul off of the Dinwiddie drive. Side out for the Nets. 30-34 as of the league hiatus. And Dinwiddie in the corner, in and out, rebound by Payton. Payton works it over to Barrett, gets it back. Now Payton trying to drive against Harris, gets past him and scores, and the Knicks finally on the board. Nets will be making their return in the NBA comeback as Kyrie Irving, the point guard, not particularly adept at setting screens, ends up being called for the illegal screen. So now the Knicks have the possession, stolen by Allen. Dinwiddie pushing, gets it over to Prince. And the great connection there as the Nets are ahead 7-2. Barrett inside, hands it off to Gibson underneath, and the point blank shot doesn't go. Though to be fair, Allen was there to challenge. Irving in the corner, Dinwiddie rattles in and out. And even though the Nets are ahead, luck was not on their side on that last shot. Handoff here to Barrett. 9:42 remaining in the first, and a kickball violation by Joe Harris as he was looking to collect that ball against Elfrid Payton. So we'll have a side out here. Gibson looking to inbound. He'll dump it off to Payton in the corner, see if he can figure it out. Gets a screen from Randall. And now we have a switch, a mismatch on the block. Randall looking to exploit it. Can't get the first shot attempt. Kicks it out to Harkless, who hesitates on the three, so he'll dump it back down to Russell as that mismatch is still apparent and still can't capitalize. Randall 0 for 2 with Irving defending him. Going to look great on Irving's defensive numbers in the second spectrum stats. Prince with the ball underneath to Harris, blocked by Harkless. Can't get him a second time, but still able to contest well enough to get the miss. 3 minutes in, 7-2 in favor of the home-standing Nets. Barrett works around the Randall screen inside, kicks it back out to Gibson. Now here's Payton. Working with a Gibson screen, fighting inside, and able to Statue of Liberty the ball into the basket. Responsible for both field goals that the Knicks have scored is Elfrid Payton, as he keeps his team in it. 7-4. Had to make sure that score held before I said it off of the missed Irving three. Barrett underneath to Randall, and he's the first non-Payton player to score. Intra-city matchup here between these two teams. They completed their season series not only before the league suspension, but before the trade deadline, as the final game was played on January 26th, as Randall able to get the shot up and in, and the Nets will call timeout as they let this game go here in the early standing. The season series finished tied 2-2. We'll have more Knicks and Nets after this here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Welcome back to Brooklyn. 8-7 in favor of the Knicks here in the early going. Playing on this gray herringbone court. The court's supposed to represent the playground courts, the streets, and the industrial foundation of the borough of Brooklyn. And Kyrie Irving, their star point guard, able to get the Nets back ahead with another three-pointer, their second of the game, both by Kyrie. Gibson up top, looking for some help. Not much of a ball handler, gets it to Payton. He is very much a ball handler, just not an outside shooter, as he misses the inside shot. Irving bringing it up the floor, ahead to Harris, underneath to Taurean Prince. So another great connection there between Harris and Prince. Usually they talk about the chemistry between a center and a point guard, but the two forwards seeing eye to eye on a couple of Taurean Prince baskets. A block underneath by the Nets. Harris sauntering up the floor, trying to work his way inside, but Harkless with the steal. Pass ahead to Payton. Double clutch layup, doesn't fall. Rebound by Allen. 12-8 as the Nets are now on a 7-0 run out of the timeout. They want to get their bearings back together, and they have in pretty quick order, and because of that, Mike Miller, head coach of the New York Knicks, will call a timeout of his own. So both teams have 6 left in this game. 14-8 with 6:38 left in the first here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Some substitutions here in the game as the Knicks conceded a 7-0 run before the last timeout, 14-8. Mitchell Robinson coming in at center, and Randall handling business on the block. 6 points for him as the Knicks reach double digits. Ball being worked around. Karis LeVert also entering the game in place of Spencer Dinwiddie. Trying to work his way inside but can't probe, so he'll kick it back up top. 5 on the shot clock, and Payton leaves a little room for Irving to let it fly, and lucky for him, it didn't fall. Randall double teamed. Hop steps his way through anyway and is almost successful. A lot of strength there on Julius Randle, but it just didn't happen to fall. Ball swung to the other side of the floor. Irving up top again, and that'll fall. 9 points for Kyrie Irving, all off of the three-pointer. And it's a 17-10 game with 5:23 left in the opening frame. Payton sees an opening to drive, but he'll pull up against Allen instead. And Payton now with 6 to his name, along with Randall. And that is all the Knicks scoring they have so far. Double team leaves Allen open underneath. And Mitchell Robinson, just entering the game not too long ago, will pick up his first foul.
Shooting for Brooklyn. 2 shots.
Jared Allen, first round, 22nd overall pick in 2017 out of Texas. Quickly has become the main man in the middle. At least he was under Atkinson's Brooklyn Nets. But with Jacques Vaughn taking over the past 2 games, the last 2 games before suspension, Allen ended up on the bench with DeAndre Jordan getting the start instead. First free throw doesn't go for Allen. But all told on the year, Allen averaging 10.6 points, 9.5 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and 1.3 blocks on 64.5% shooting. So a solid year for the young man out of Round Rock as he misses both free throws, however. And the Knicks have a chance to close this 5-point gap. Payton losing the ball on the drive, tussling with Harris, and it'll be a jump ball. Harris has the height advantage here, but we'll see how the jump ball turns out. Tipped into the hands of Randall. So Payton winning the tip. Finds Randall underneath, and he'll finish with the one-handed jam. It's been a boat race in terms of who the leading scorer is for the Knicks. 2 Knicks responsible for all 14 points, and the Nets will call another timeout. We'll be back after this on the Crucial Baskets Network. 17-14 game, 4:42 and counting left here in the first quarter. More substitutions out of the Nets timeout. DeAndre Jordan among them. As I said before, he was tapped to start in the last 2 games, which were the first 2 for interim head coach Jacques Vaughn. Knicks in transition. Barrett will pull up for the long 2, and it won't fall. Irving working his way inside, dishes it over to Garrett Temple. Irving looking to create off of the dribble. Can't shake Payton. Hard to shake a guy who's just as fast as you. But still, LeVert able to get the open 3-point opportunity, even though it doesn't fall. Barrett underneath to Randall. And Randall in double digits now. All of his points coming in the paint. Hard to stop a 250-pound man on the block. And Payton able to prevent Kyrie Irving from getting fully across the timeline. A bump there at center court, and that was enough for the refs to call a backcourt violation. And for his reward, he will take a break. Frank Ntilikina now in the game, a French national born in Belgium, but represents France internationally. Portis trying to go to the same well Randall did as they replace each other. And Wilson Chandler, another substitute, is called for the foul.
At the line of Knicks, Bobby Portis. 2 shots.
Portis, the former Arkansas Razorback alum, first season in New York City after spending 3.5 years in Chicago and a half season with the Washington Wizards. Signed up for a 1-year deal with a 1-year team option, but he played pretty well this season off the bench. 10.1 points, 5.1 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 45% from the field, 35.8 from 3. So it wouldn't be surprising if the Knicks choose to keep him on. He's a very versatile player that honestly loves to play on the bench as he makes both free throws. (18-17), Knicks back in control here. And Dinwiddie missing off the side of the rim. Robinson unsurprisingly collecting the rebound. Ntilikina up front to Bullock in the corner. Barrett gets the screen from Portis, but not much separation from his defender. And the ball's loose. Kicks it over. Bullock for 3. More than happy to let it go, but it won't fall. LeVert in transition, able to float it in with confidence. His first points of the game. Handoff Ntilikina. Almost had open pastures, but LeVert able to challenge in time. Rebound by Temple. 2.5 remaining here in the first quarter. Temple just let it fly, and it rolls in and out. Jordan with the rebound. Dinwiddie the screen from Chandler. Left open a little too long. Splash. First points of the game for the man out of Colorado, the Los Angeles native. Barrett underneath, ball loose. Robinson outside, and that pass is deflected and stolen by DeAndre Jordan. And the Nets trying to work in business here. Not the cleanest transition ever, but still able to get the points off the layup from Wilson Chandler. 6-point game for the Nets, just under 2 minutes here from Barclays Center. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Basketball back here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Pass ahead to Dinwiddie. Another transition layup for the boys in white. 5 points for Dinwiddie. Ntilikina up the floor. And 20 points and 10 assists in the penultimate game before the suspension. Knicks were at the Washington Wizards on March 10th, though their final game was the following night at Atlanta, an overtime win. Jordan with the rebound off the miss, ahead to Dinwiddie. Brooklyn trying to score quickly again. Kicks it out. LeVert open for three. Got it. And the Nets starting to create some space here late in the first quarter. A 12-0 run for Brooklyn. After a couple of Portis free throws put New York ahead, the Nets said, not on our watch, not on our court. 29-18, 57.8 seconds left in the first here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Knicks getting the ball off of their own timeout. A few more substitutions here. Kevin Knox in the game. Bullock up top, looking for that screen. Nets switch on him. Gonna have to force something up. Does, and rattles in and out, so almost made it, but here come the Nets the other way. A couple of transition layups before the timeout, but the Knicks able to gather themselves quickly enough to limit transition. Long three in and out by Garrett Temple. A lot of shots that the world of physics have been unkind to. But we'll see if those shots fall as the game progresses, or if the rims get even colder. Ntilikina missing the layup. LeVert doesn't. 7 points to Karis LeVert's name. Final seconds as the shot clock is off, and the Knicks letting go of the rope, but Ntilikina finally helping the Knicks to answer in some form. And that is the horn on the end of the quarter. A 14-2 run for the homestand Knicks to close out the quarter. We'll see what else they have in the bag after this here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Welcome back to Brooklyn. The homestanding Nets holding an 11-point lead over the visiting New York Knicks. They didn't have to travel far. Depending on how bad the traffic is, it can be a short or very long drive between Madison Square Garden and here. And the Knicks start off the quarter with another miss. The Nets pulling off a 14-2 run to close out that last stanza, and the two came from a shot in the waning seconds by Frank Ntilikina. But the Knicks going to look to come in with a stronger effort here against the Nets. Jordan underneath, stripped away by Portis. Recovered by Ntilikina. Here come the Knicks the other way, but they'll slow up here and work in the front court, or work in the half court rather. Pick and roll to Portis, and one off the foul from DeAndre Jordan, his first. So another trip to the line here for Bobby Portis. 4 points right now, looking for 5. In 4 games against the Nets, he didn't really do a lot, averaging 3.3 points and 4.5 rebounds per game for a guy that contributed pretty well off of the bench for New York this season. Kind of surprising to see his numbers are so low, again, even against a specific opponent. He did play in all 4 games against the Nets, so intriguing to see numbers that low with so much participation. Chandler taking it to the rack. He has 4. Frank in the corner. Met by Temple, works it back to Knox. Trying to get the pass to Ntilikina, but that bounced off of Temple's back before getting to Ntilikina and forces up a shot and misses. Temple with the board. story there. The rebounding battle being won pretty easily by the Nets so far, though this rebound by Harkless will certainly help matters. Knox with the screen, around the screen. Ellington thought about the three, but he passed out of it. Tried to get it to Harkless. A very snap decision leads to the result you would expect as it sails out of bounds. Levert up the floor, taking on Ellington, who just turned the ball over. And he'll shoot the three, even though it doesn't go. Just over 2 minutes here into the second quarter. Harkless to Knox. Catch and shoot jumper from beyond is a three-pointer by Kevin Knox. His first points of the game. And a timeout here for the Nets. They're ahead by 8. So maybe this is a matter of just getting some much-needed substitutions in. See if the Nets can hold form coming out of the timeout here on the Crucial Baskets Network. 33-25 from Barclays Center. Hope you've been enjoying this game so far. If you have, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. There's 14 more games where this comes from here on the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase. A roster without badges, with neutral hot zones, just having the attributes and tendencies decide how the teams play and making that play mirror the modern NBA game more so than the default roster normally does. So hopefully you'll be able to enjoy this entire showcase here, and you definitely will if you remember to subscribe. The miss for Dinwiddie, and the score holding steady since I started the read. 33-25. Ntilikina trying to probe inside still. The Knicks not much for jacking up three-pointers, averaging 28.4 per game this year. Ellington gets it going, and that's probably when we're going to see the most threes, or when players such as Knox, Ellington, and Bullock are on the floor. Maybe some pick and pop threes from Portis, but otherwise the Knicks are going to try to get things done inside. Dinwiddie laying it up and in for his first points of the quarter. He has 7. You see he has not been doing it at an efficient rate. That's actually par for the course for Spencer Dinwiddie. And if you look at his shot charts on NBA.com, a lot of red zones for Spencer Dinwiddie, which can be troubling considering the volume of shots he takes, but he's really been a great contributor for this Brooklyn Nets team this season. Dinwiddie step back, lets it fly, and he's 3 of 10 on the evening. Eight-point game. Knicks fell behind off of a big Nets run at the end of the first, but they've been holding steady as of late. All you can do is chip away. Portis missing, rebound by Jordan, pass ahead to Harris. Harris a sharp shooter in his own right, but for him it's a matter of chasing him off the three-point line, and he'll probably be less inclined to shoot a contested three-pointer. Unlike Dinwiddie and Irving, they'll let it fly if you give him a little bit of space. Case in point. And that'll rattle home. Second three-pointer of the game for Spencer Dinwiddie, and he is now in double digits, surpassing Kyrie Irving for the team lead in scoring. Mike Miller taking exception to that as his team is now down by 11. With 6:57 left in the second quarter. We'll see what he and his coaching staff draw up after this on the Crucial Baskets Network. Coming out of a Knicks timeout, Gibson inbounding near half court. Gets it to Randall in the corner. And he's double teamed now, but that finds Bullock for the opening. Still working on the wing. Ntilikina letting it fly, and that'll splash. First three-pointer of the game for Frank Ntilikina. He now has 5. 38-30, 6.5 left in the second quarter. Kyrie Irving back in the game. Harris trying to take on Bullock. And Gibson going up for the block, but the refs seeing some contact they don't like, and they'll call the infraction. First one for Gibson. A pretty clean affair in terms of fouls so far. 3 players each with 1 foul on both teams. Joe Harris out at the line. First shot goes in with ease, and that shouldn't be particularly surprising. The 74.7% three-point shooter, or free throw shooter. Second shot just as good. And the thing is, he was a good free throw shooter this year. He was even better last year. Shot 82.7% from the line in 2019. But the stroke's still pure on those last 2 shots, and that gives Brooklyn a 10-point lead with just over 6 minutes left in the half. Randall was looking for the post entry, but the Knicks will cancel that out. Now it's Frank Ntilikina sizing up. He'll go for another 3, and that will roll in and out as we just reach under the halfway mark here in the second quarter. Harris by himself in the corner. No one to chase him off there, but he doesn't get the shot to go. 47.4% in 2019, 41.2% from 3 in 2020 for Joe Harris. And it doesn't go there, but Wayne Ellington able to get his first 2 points of the game. Here comes the Jordan screen. Gibson does not step up. He's playing some drop coverage, and for that reason, Garrett Temple drops a 3 on him. Ball up top, Ellington. Out pops Bullock. Gonna think about answering with a 3 of his own. Instead, he'll float one home. First points of the game for Reggie Bullock. Under 5 minutes left here in the second. Irving, unsurprisingly, double team, but that leaves Jordan open underneath, and he's able to get the shot up and in. Just the first points for DeAndre Jordan, the veteran in his 12th year out of Texas A&M. 10 years with the Clippers. Started last season with the Mavericks. They traded him to New York, and he was a free agent. He decided he likes his apartment in New York. He's going to stay here and convince Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant to join him with the Brooklyn Nets. Ntilikina another 3, and that'll fall. His second tray of the game, second here in the quarter. Second made tray in the corner. He's put up 3 in this quarter, but he has 6 on the quarter and 8 in the game. Rebound by Taurean Prince, but he only had it for so long. Sometimes possession is fleeting as Ellington puts up the transition long 2. Stat nerds losing their minds, and so is Mike Miller since he missed. Harris double teamed, and Randall almost comes up with it, but the possession will remain with Brooklyn as some more substitutions come in. Ellington will sit out. Among others, Payton and Barrett back in. So Ntilikina also taking a seat for New York. Jarrett Allen returning in place of DeAndre Jordan. And the gang's all back. The starters on both teams, except Reggie Bullock and Garrett Temple. Irving pulling up inside. Cool and collected as the shot clock wore down, even though it didn't go. Bullock underneath. Randall gets his first 2 points of the quarter. 12 points here in the half. That'll look impressive, but 10 of those came in the first. The Nets doing a good job of neutralizing him in the quarter, and he finally scores with just over 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Temple backed into the corner. Has to skip it over to Allen. Ball underneath Irving. Got the pass, but couldn't hang on to it. Instead, Prince will float in for the layup. His first points of the quarter. 6 total. 47-39, 2.5 left in the second, and Payton getting past Irving, and it was easy the rest of the way. A big quarter as well for Payton. For much of that quarter, Elfrid Payton and Julius Randle were the ones solely responsible for all the scoring. Things that spread out more here in the second quarter. And Payton and Randle finally getting their first points late in the second. Allen inbounding, gets it to Dinwiddie. More double teaming, and when you double team, that leaves a guy open. That guy, Jared Allen, much like Jordan, surprisingly getting his first 2 points of the game. The margin is held pretty steady at 8, 49-41. Payton can't answer back. Randle cannot either. And the two leading scorers from the first quarter having trouble putting the ball in the basket here in the second. Prince missing the bunny layup in transition. Payton works it over to Barrett. Barrett attacking. Hands it off last minute to Payton. Bobbles with it. Double teamed. And Harris called for his first foul. Coach has got to feel pretty good. No foul trouble for anybody yet. Nobody with multiple fouls. Everybody that has one has one. Barrett inside, finds his way under the basket, and Allen with the rebound. Irving steps back, enough space to let it fly, but it'll hit off the back rim. Barrett pushes it underneath. Randle able to score. 14 for Julius Randle in 15 minutes of play. Dinwiddie pulling up for another three. His shot won't go either. Allen with the offensive board and the finish. Under a minute remaining here, the Nets have been holding serve throughout the second quarter. A big run in the first quarter has set the tone the rest of the way. Oh, beautiful pass from Elfrid Payton to Julius Randle, as Randle's starting to get hot here as the quarter comes to a close. 6 in the quarter. And Allen coming down with the hammer. 6 points of his own in the second quarter. Knicks can go 2 for 1 if they want to. Barrett trying to float in, gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Harkless. Barrett gets it back. He'll go for the three, and that'll rattle in. And in case you haven't noticed, those are R.J. Barrett's first points of the game. Randle leading the Knicks with 16. Followed by Ntilikina and Payton's 8. Barrett, as much as he played, hadn't been able to get on the board. And Irving not able to get an extra 2 points before the quarter ended. And we are now at the half. Still a close game, a slugfest between two New York squads. And I bet the New Yorkers wouldn't have it any other way. We'll be back with more action after the halftime report. This is the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase on the Crucial Baskets Network. Welcome back to Brooklyn, second half of the first game of the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase here on the Crucial Baskets Network. I'm Raymond Sims. Hope that you've enjoyed this game so far. A 5-point matchup coming into the second half between these two New York City teams, one from the borough of Manhattan and one very proudly representing the borough of Brooklyn. And Julius Randle, who led the Knicks in scoring in the first half and led all scorers, quite frankly, starts off the half with 2 points of his own. So he now has 18, and he also has 7 rebounds coming out of the last two quarters. So some double-double potential here for Julius Randle. Barrett letting it fly. He only had 3 points in the entire first half, a trade towards the end of the second quarter. Irving up top had 9 in the first and nothing else. Prince underneath, able to score. He'll get going. He had 6 in the first half. 55-50. Nets still in control. And Payton trying to fight inside. And Taurean Prince called for his first foul of the game. Payton with a couple moves, gets to the wing, guarded tightly, and now double-teamed underneath to Randle, taking on Dinwiddie. That is a mismatch, even though it doesn't fall. Dinwiddie up the floor. To the point, still guarded by Randle. The screen from Allen is just enough space as Gibson gives it up to him again. Knicks don't want to sacrifice that drive. And lucky for them, it hasn't come at an immense cost, at least not yet. Payton scoring, and he'll go to the line for one more off the foul from Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie has the honor of being the first player on either team to have multiple fouls. Another look again. We saw it pass in the first half with Payton going over the shoulder, and I don't think he looked at it, to Randle for a shot. And now Randle pretty much returning the favor with the over-the-shoulder pass on the block. Elfrid Payton, the Louisiana native, son of a Canadian football all-star, can't get the shot to fall. So stuck with the 8 he came in with out of the locker room, but he gets the deflection. If you can't score on offense, there's always defense, and sometimes that defense turns into offense. 12 points now for Elfrid Payton. Shot underneath, and it's Jared Allen. Nice spin move in the post by Randle, and he now has 20. Randle more than capable of stepping outside and stretching the floor, but against a team like the Nets, he's had no need. 10 field goals, all inside. Irving takes the opening and scores his first points of the half. 59-56, 9 minutes remaining in the third. Pass underneath, Randle scoring again. And much like the first quarter, Randle seemingly unstoppable. He scored 10 points in the first. Prince, Dinwiddie, open. And the thing is, Irving didn't get it to him initially. Got it to Prince instead, and then Prince saw, oh, wait, you're still open? They haven't covered you yet? And they let it fly, and Dinwiddie has not been effective from beyond today. So I guess the Knicks are willing to give that up. They are down only 1, going with the plan of letting him shoot the 3. Payton putting up the 3. He only puts up so many. He loves to get into the paint and slash and drive and kick. But sometimes you have to put one up to avoid the shot clock violation. Jared Allen with another 2, and it's back to a 3-point game. But the Knicks have been chipping here at this lead, starting off with the end of the second quarter. Getting a little more scoring here, and it's making Jacques Vaughn uncomfortable. The Nets ahead by only 1 as they call timeout with 7:49 remaining in the third. We'll see if they can surge out to another run after this here on the Crucial Baskets Network. We're back in Brooklyn, and it is a 1-point game in favor of the Nets. If you've been enjoying this game so far, don't forget to give this video a like And subscribe to the channel. We got 14 more games here in the simulation showcase, and that doesn't even account for all the other content that will be coming your way in the future, especially as the NBA is set to restart their season on July 30th. Allen drawing the foul here. Sometimes he's not afraid to take it to the rack, and especially not against a point guard, as Payton's called for the foul, and Allen will go to the line once again. Speaking of that restart, 22 teams will be meeting up in a quote-unquote bubble at Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando. And the Nets will be, quote-unquote, hosting those Magic, the Orlando Magic, in their first game on July 31st. Things kick off in the NBA comeback with a doubleheader on July 30th, and then the rest of the league will start in earnest on the 31st, including these Nets. (63-60). Randall double teamed, and that doesn't bother him at all. 24 points for Julius Randle. I will say with Allen hitting both of those free throws shouldn't be too surprising for a big man who does not shoot threes at all. He doesn't. He does have a pretty good stroke, and so does Kyrie Irving. So that's a long two there for Kyrie. Ball underneath Randall, and that two a little bit closer as Randall matches his point total from the first quarter. 26 total for Julius Randle. Having a big game here. Allen can't get the shot to fall. Randall stopped by Harris. Bullock in the corner. Does he see him? He does, and Bullock has enough time to knock down the tray. Bullock with his first three of the game. He has 5. Harris on the wing, works it up top to Allen. LeVert, opposite side, finds Prince. Long shot. It'll fall, and it is a 2. Foot just on the line there for Taurean Prince. So instead of 11, he has 10. Game tied. And the rebound by Prince as the Nets will look to get the lead back. Lost it here for a little bit, as the Nets and namely the Knicks and namely Julius Randle have been chipping at it. Harris in the corner for 3, and able to knock that down without a problem. And despite Harris and his reputation as a sharpshooter, that is his first made 3 of the game. He has 2 field goals and 2 free throws made, and now he finally has a 3-pointer to his name, hitting for the basketball cycle, so to speak. Nets are working with the opportunity to extend their lead. Irving with a little acrobatic move. Kicks it out to Harris. Long-range shot. That won't go. Didn't look good off his hands. Just over 5 minutes left here in the third. Defense chance raining down from the Barclays Center. Barrett inside. Works it over to Gibson. And the ball taken back out to the perimeter. Now it's Barrett against LeVert. Going to let the rookie operate. Lets it fly from distance and can't hit the shot from between the circles. 4:40 left here in the third. Nets let go of the rope a little bit, and the Knicks still making this a ball game. And they have a chance to make it more of one off the miss. Payton trying to fight his way inside. Prince called for his second foul. And that'll be a good time for some substitutions. Robinson coming in for New York. Temple and Jordan coming in for Brooklyn. Ball worked down to Randall. Double teamed inside. Pulls up anyway, and off the back rim, collected by Jordan. So after 10 points, Randall finally being held back at least a little bit, at least somewhat. And that turns into points on the other end. Kyrie Irving knocking down the three. Payton quickly gives up the ball. Another chance for 2 more points, and Prince able to convert. 12 points for Taurean Prince. And the Knicks will call timeout. They had it. They had it. And then the Nets reeled off a 10-0 run, a repeat of the end of the first quarter. But we'll see if the Knicks can put a stop to it here with this timeout. 75-67, 3:44 left in the third here on the Crucial Baskets Network. We're back in Brooklyn, and we're still on double-double watch. 3 players could get double-doubles here in the quarter. Knox missing. Robinson with the rebound underneath, and he'll go to the line. Both Taurean Prince and Jarrett Allen with 12 points and 9 rebounds. And then we have Julius Randle with 26 points and 7 rebounds. So a few more boards, and we could have some double-double machines out here tonight on the court in Brooklyn. Mitchell Robinson has really come into his own, especially this season. Becoming a fierce rim protector for the time being. Mike Miller still finding it best to have him come off the bench, but more so as like a starter, a pseudo starter, if that's the correct term, because Mitchell Robinson has been averaging 23 minutes per game off the bench, while the starter Taj Gibson has been averaging 16.5. So while Robinson doesn't get his name called by the PA announcer, he does get his fair share of time in relation to the skill that he's shown so far in his young career. Rebound by Portis. Here's Randall, long 2, rattles in and out as he decides to take the perimeter route after terrorizing the Nets in the paint all game. Here's Jordan on the block against Portis, facing up. And he won't take the shot. LeVert definitely will. More than happy to, and he knocks it down. First points of the half for Caris LeVert. Oh, Randall sees an opportunity, and another score inside for Julius Randle. He has 12 in the quarter. Just under 3 minutes. LeVert underneath. Nice pocket pass to DeAndre Jordan. Great find there by Caris LeVert. Definitely a scorer. That's first on his list, but he can make plays if he sees fit. And Randall, 30 points. Dinwiddie sees an opening himself and able to lay that up and in. His first 2 points of the half. Just under 2 minutes left here, and Randall answering back again. Whose man is that? 32 points for Julius Randle, 14 of them coming here in the third quarter. Nets seemed like they had a game plan against him before that last Knicks timeout, but Randall just finding all the openings he can once again. Great work by Miller and the Knicks to figure something out as Robinson pulls down another board. Ball down low to Portis. See if he can get some action on the block, and he does. Healthy shooting from both sides with just over a minute remaining in the third quarter. LeVert kick out, Temple for 3. And that won't extend the lead. Knox for 3 himself, and that won't go either. Pass ahead to Temple. And now we're getting up and down, but neither side converting. Knocks on the elbow up top to Randall. Finds an opening for his first three-pointer of the game. And he doesn't do it to him like that. On the other end, Dinwiddie will. So, despite the fact that Randall has been torturing the Nets all game, the Nets still ahead with a sizable lead, though it has been cut down to 7 off of another Randall score. And a block.
At the line for your Nets, Wilson Chandler. At the line for 2.
So Wilson Chandler at the line off of that foul by Mitchell Robinson. One of several Brooklyn Nets that will not be joining the team in Orlando. You have Kevin Durant, who has been out all season, rehabbing his Achilles injury from last season, as was the plan. You also have Kyrie Irving and Nicholas Claxton, who will be missing the restart due to surgeries. Irving has already been out since February. Claxton opting out recently. And then you have Wilson Chandler and Spencer Dinwiddie. Or you have Wilson Chandler, who has chosen just personally to opt out of Orlando. And then you have Spencer Dinwiddie and DeAndre Jordan, who recently have been reported to have contracted COVID-19. Jordan has opted out by choice, while Dinwiddie's status is uncertain. But the Nets and their healthy bunch here on the virtual hardwood, holding serve against their inner city rival Knicks, 87-76. As we head into the final quarter break, we'll be back with more here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Final quarter of play here from Barclays Center, Game 1 of the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase. And the Nets looking to cruise to victory here. They're only up 9 as LeVert can't convert. Ntilikina trying to probe his way inside. Finds the chance, but sees the opening to Ellington for 3. So here's Dinwiddie. 6-point game. Underneath to Jordan. Can't get the contact layup to fall. Rebound by Portis. Still on double-double watch. Ellington can't make lightning strike twice. Prince, Allen, and Randall all potentially could end up with double-doubles. Prince and Allen just need one more rebound, and Randall needs 2. He has plenty of points to qualify for the double-double. Ntilikina working his way inside. Pull-up jumper's good. Dinwiddie up top, Jordan. Temple misses off the heel of the rim, collected by Portis. It's been a rough game for several players from the field, but that hasn't stopped either team from collectively shooting pretty efficiently. Knox able to knock down the tray. First one since the second quarter. He has 8. LeVert thinking drive, but he'll pull up instead. And that'll miss off the back rim. Harkless pulling down the board. Ntilikina bringing it up for New York. Ball to Ellington. He sees another opportunity. And the shot won't fall. Try as he might. The shots have not been falling here for Wayne Ellington. Interception by Maurice Harkless. Pass ahead. Ellington on the wing again. Finds Portis cross court. Ball back to Portis. Pulls up from the baseline. Rebound by LeVert. So his staunch defense rewarded with a rebound. Already nearly to the 3-minute mark of the quarter. Second unit out here for the Nets, just making sure they don't burn anything down, unless it's the Nets from knocking down three-pointers like Dinwiddie just did. Though he is a starter, he's the second unit point guard. And leading up to this year, he was the sixth man on this team. They had him coming off of the bench, but he's just been too good this year to leave on the sidelines, even if he was a bench player in name only. As Chandler's called for his second foul. First shot goes for Portis. He had 2 points in the third, but otherwise it has been a quiet night for him. He has more made free throws now than made field goals, 3-2 respectively. Irving coming into the game, Dinwiddie getting a breather, but he'll almost assuredly be back to close out the game. And both free throws fall for Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis, as a result of joining the Knicks, back with his teammate in Chicago, Taj Gibson. They were together for a year and a half. LeVert can't knock down the pull-up jumper. Pass ahead, Bullock for three. And rebound by Jordan. Ahead to Chandler. And he'll lay it up and in. So as I said before, Chandler choosing to sit out the NBA comeback for personal reasons. But he did get the start in the Nets' final game, a 104-102 win at the Los Angeles Lakers. Jacques Vaughn, in his 2 games as interim coach, wanting to go with a more veteran-laden lineup. So Jordan getting start, with Chandler getting a start instead of Jared Allen and Taurean Prince respectively. Knox trying to respond to the LeVert tray, though his feet were on the line, and he missed. 10-point game here for the Nets, trying to send a strong message to close things out here in the fourth quarter. Irving inside, the floater. Can't hit the shot. Portis with another rebound. Ntilikina ahead to Knox. He'll turn around once he gets to the line, but can't convert the three. LeVert pulls up to the wing. Jordan slips the screen, leaving LeVert enough space to drive inside and score. LeVert's been quiet for much of the game. 18 to his name now, including 3 3-pointers here in the second half. Ntilikina against Irving. Ntilikina had to lob that one over his shoulder to even attempt the score, and it doesn't fall. Irving pulls up with a 3-pointer that'll rattle out. Harkless with the board ahead to Bullock. So the second unit for the Knicks losing a little control here, but not for a lack of trying. 3-pointer made by Ntilikina. 3 made threes here for the Knicks here in this fourth quarter. As I said before, one of the teams in this era that does not shoot as many threes as the rest, as Irving knocks down another shot. 28.4 per game for the Knicks. There was a time where that would have been a lot, but the game has changed. And a moving screen, personal foul, not a team foul, but it is Harkless' second. And the Knicks can now bring in some of their bigger guns. 18 points in that third quarter for Julius Randle. They're going to need more from him in that aspect if they even want to get close to getting back in this game. That is Randle's 9th rebound of the game, by the way. And he's inside. Can't get that shot to go. Can't pick up where he left off. 34 for Julius Randle. LeVert takes it all the way back out to reset. Up top, Irving. Irving, last minute, dumps it off to LeVert, who can't score in the corner. And the rebound ultimately by Robinson, I believe. We'll see if the score agrees. Randle underneath. That won't go. His 10th rebound. He has the double-double. And the Knicks able to retain possession with 5 minutes left, which I suppose for them is the more important part. Barrett with the ball as the clock runs down. Mid-range jumper. I'll have to settle for it, but it does fall. Very quiet evening for R.J. Barrett. 7 points for Barrett. Irving going for it and missing off the back rim. Here's Ntilikina up the floor. Bullock not afraid to let it fly, but can't get it to fall. And the pass ahead. Irving up top. Out pops Harris, but the window not wide enough for Irving's liking. They'll get the screen. Ntilikina was there for the switch, but got a little too handsy on that play. And Payton will take Ntilikina's place, though I'm sure that's more rotation related than anything. That's only Ntilikina's first foul of the game. But there's 4:17 left in the fourth, so I think Payton's time to come in was already well on its way. LeVert a little too far. We saw shades of that a couple of possessions ago. He came all the way out to the left wing to reset the play and come back downhill. Looked like he was trying to do that again off of the inbound, and he's too lanky. You've got to watch where he's going there in the backcourt as he turns the ball over. Nets are still ahead by 9, but you still don't want mistakes like that happening as Barrett scores. This is his first multi-score quarter. 2 field goals here in the fourth after a single field goal in the second and in the third. Irving able to convert on the pull-up. 104-95, under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Randle underneath, able to score. First points of the quarter, and he has 36, and they're all from in the paint. Nets have done pretty well, as evidenced by the score, but the one thing that they haven't been able to figure out is how on earth to stop Julius Randle inside. He has been phenomenal today against these Brooklyn Nets. Payton with the handoff last minute to Robinson, and Robinson able to score. His first field goal of the game. He only had a single point coming out of the third quarter off of a free throw. Dinwiddie up top. Screen from Allen. Nothing doing there. Now he's picked up Robinson. We'll see how athletic Robinson is. The tall point guard against the rim protector. Down low to Allen. Allen's essentially triple team, but almost scores. 5-point game. Shut-around jumper. And Allen with the rebound. He also has a double-double now. Harris guarded by Randle, and the turnover here as Prince is called for the offensive 3 seconds. And a timeout here. This will be the Knicks timeout. 5-point game. 104-99. Knicks in striking distance with 2.5 left in the fourth here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Welcome back to Brooklyn. 104-99 with 2.5 left in the fourth. The Knicks only down by 5, but they got to work quickly. Julius Randle has been the main driver of the Knicks offense throughout this game. 36 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists to his name, and they might need a little bit more out of him. if the going gets tough late. Missed by Barrett. And another rebound here for Brooklyn. Irving by himself on the wing, but Payton recovers quickly. Now it's Prince underneath, back out to Irving. Just enough space over the hands of Mitchell Robinson and gets the three to fall. 14 points in the second half for Kyrie. 23 total. And stripped away. Not only is he making the big plays on offense, he's making the big plays on defense. And then after he makes the big play on defense, he steps out of bounds. So his eyes were very attentive on the defensive end there to get the strip, but they were not attentive there in transition. Behind the back pass, and nothing comes of it. Now it's Randall again underneath. He could get 40 tonight, but he gets 38 here. 38 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists for Julius Randle. This is a man who proved his worth in New Orleans last season, averaging just over 20 points per game. He can put up buckets, and I'm sure Knicks management, even it has changed over in the recent months, will want to see more of that out of him in the coming years. Joe Harris trying to put the nail in the coffin, and he just might have with that three. Harris has not been the most eager to shoot threes in this game. Only his second made three here, but he seems to have hit one when it counted the most. Randall can't get that 40-point benchmark. In the corner, Dinwiddie trying to make it really hurt. In and out, and the 13th rebound for Julius Randle. Now it's Payton underneath. Kicks it over. Randall for three, and he's got 41. And the deficit is cut down to 6. Julius Randle's first three-pointer comes at the most opportune time for the Knicks as they are looking to make a late rally here. 25.6 seconds, a tall order, but a three like that absolutely helps. So Irving going to take the foul here again. And Elfrid Payton now has 3 since he forcibly took the last 2. And that will get Irving to the line, and the Nets in the bonus the rest of the way. First shot goes. 24 points for Irving. 25 might be just enough to put this thing away. Half a second between the shot clock and the game clock. Too little, too late, but Randall going to let it fly anyways. Into the hands of Allen. He has his double-double. 12 points, 11 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. And otherwise, the Nets will just run this out, and the Knicks will let them. And there you have it. Game number 1 of the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase in the books. It was an entertaining one, but in the end, the Brooklyn Nets come out victorious, 112-104. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell and mark it all so that you can keep up with the rest of the Simulation Showcase that we will have. Our next game is on Friday between the Boston Celtics and the Charlotte Hornets. But until then, I'm Raymond Sims. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, please, please, please stay safe out there. Have a good one.